everyone. Welcome to Revive. Hi, Emery. Everyone come to the front and we can worship together. We'll worship eventually, I promise.
Together, strangers, neighbors, our blood as one, children of generations, of every nation, of kingdom come. So don't let your heart be troubled. Hold your head up high, don't fear no evil. Fix your eyes on this one truth. God is madly in love with you. So take courage, hold on, be strong. Remember where our help comes from. Go up as the walls come down. All creation, everything with breath, repeat the sound. All His children, clean hands, pure hearts, good grace, good God. His name is Jesus. Swing wide, all you heavens, let the praise go up as the walls come down. All creation, everything with breath, repeat the sound. All His children, clean as her hearts, good grace, good God. His name is Jesus. Oh, sing wide, all you heaven. children, breathing through us, good grace, good God. His name is Jesus. Jesus, our redemption and our salvation is in His blood. Jesus, light of heaven, fret forever, His kingdom come.
If love endured that ancient cross, how precious is my Savior's blood. The beauty of heaven wrapped in my shame. The image of love upon death's frame. If having my heart was worth the pain, what joy could you see beyond the grave? If love found my soul worth dying for, how wonderful, how glorious, my Savior's scars, victorious, my chains are gone, my debt is paid, from death to life, and grace to grace. If heaven now owns that vacant tree, how great is the hope that lives in you. The passion that tore through hell like rose. The promise that rolled like death and stone. Freedom is worth the life you risk. Whoa, where is my sin? Where is my shame? If God paid it all to have my heart, how wonderful, how glorious. My Savior's scars, victorious, my chains are gone, my debt is paid, from death to life, in grace to grace. When I see that cross, I see freedom. When I see that grave, I see Jesus. From death to life, I will sing your praise and the wonder of your grace. When I see that cross, I see freedom. When I see that grave, I'll see Jesus. And from death to life, I will sing your praise in the wonder of your grace. When I see that cross, I see freedom. When I see that grave, I'll chains are gone, my debt is paid. From death to life and grace to grace. Unreserved, unrestrained, your love is wild. Your love is wild for me. It isn't shy, it's unashamed. Your love is proud to be seen with me, to be seen with me. 'Cause you don't give your heart in pieces. You don't hide yourself to tease us. Uncontrolled and uncontained, your love is a fire burning bright for me. It's not a spark, it's not just a flame. Your love is light, and all the world will see. All the world will see that you don't give your heart in pieces. And you don't hide yourself to tease us. You don't give your heart in pieces, no. You don't hide yourself to tease us, no. Your love's not fractured, it's not a troubled mind. It isn't anxious, it's not the restless kind. Your love's not passive, it's never disengaged. It's always present, it hangs on every word you say. Love keeps its promises, it keeps its word. It honors what's sacred, 'cause its vows are good. Your love's not broken, it's not insecure. Your love's not selfish, your love is pure. And you don't give your heart
In this place, I worship you. I worship you. You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. And you are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, healing every heart. I worship you. I worship you. Yeah, you are here, turning lives around. I worship you. I worship you. Yeah, you are here, bending every heart. I worship you. Yeah, oh, I worship you, 'cause you are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Yes, it is, 'cause you are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Oh, you are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are, and that is who you are. Now that is who you are, and that is who you are. That is who you are, and that is who you are, and that is who you are. 'Cause that is who you are. Oh, that is who you are. I want y'all to sing this. Come on. Miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the dark. Miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. That is who you are. Now, come on, even when I don't see it. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop, you never stop working. You never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop. Oh, I believe that. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop. 'Cause you are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Yes, it is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Yes, it is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Oh, yeah. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. And that is who you are. 'Cause that is who you are. Oh, that is who you are. That is who you are. Yes, that is who you are. Oh, that is who you are. And that is who you are. And that is who you are. Miracle worker. The darkness, my God. That is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper.
Dear Lord, I thank you that you are who you say you are, and that even when we put our own limitations on you and we put you in a box of things you can't do, I thank you that you're not limited by any of our minds or this world's idea of what should happen, but that you're infinitely powerful and wise and wonderful, and that we can trust you, that you'll keep your promises and fulfill them to us, and that one day we will be able to meet you in heaven again. And I thank you for that. I thank you that we're able to come together and worship together, and I pray we'll never take that for granted. I thank you for who you are, and I pray as Gannon comes to speak, that you'll help us to be attentive and not walk out here the same we came in. Amen.
Well, good evening. How are y'all doing tonight? Who just said good really loud? Thank you, Cade. I needed that, buddy. I really appreciate that. Hey, how many of y'all are still doing the chronological Bible reading? Anybody still doing that? Awesome. Yes, I love it. 5 of y'all, that's pretty impressive. Statistics tell us that by January 10th, most of us who begin something, New Year's resolution or something along those lines, by January 10th, you will have stopped doing it. Here's the awesome thing, y'all. Listen up. If you've got one of those chronological Bibles, the incredible thing is it's real easy to pick up where we're at. You don't have to know where we're at in the Bible. Just know what the day is. Just know what the day. How many of y'all know what the date is today? Anybody know the date? 29th of January. So the awesome thing is if you know the date, just find it in your Bible. If you don't have that, text a friend, phone a friend, open the Bible, just read it. That'll be awesome. Who would like to share Last week we didn't do this. We really felt God just moving us right into opening His Word last week. But I want to give you a chance this week. If there's something you've read, something that stood out to you, it doesn't have to be just from this week, but something you've read maybe as we've read through the book of Job. Anybody want to share a way that God has revealed Himself, something you've seen new? Who wants to share tonight? Yeah, come on up, Zach. Sorry, Z-Prez, not Zach. All right. Thank you, buddy.
All right, so when I was reading Job, I just noticed that all his friends were saying stuff that was true, but it really wasn't helping out his situation. And everything they said, even though it was true, like, it wasn't what God was doing. You know, God, the whole thing with Satan happened, but they just, we know that, like, that's what God was doing. Like, none of his friends got that right. So it just goes to show that, like, we can be dead wrong about what God's doing, and we could have just not have a clue, so.
Thank you, Zach. Your teachers may have brought this up. Hey, Zach, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you standing up. Takes a lot of courage. Yeah, do the awkward 4 little claps there. Thank you, guys. Your teachers may have brought this up Sunday, but do you realize how often we jump into the book of Job without thinking about the fact that Job didn't get to hear the conversation between God and Satan? Did y'all catch that? Did you know that? Job did not get to hear the conversation that God and Satan had. He didn't get to hear God believe so much in Job. Hey, Satan, why don't you try Job? And I think oftentimes in our lives, we think we understand the whole picture. We think we get to see everything that is going on. But I wonder what we don't see. What is God doing in our lives, doing in and through you and around you that you're not privy to see? And oftentimes we just see what's right in front of us and we assume, God, are you there? And then you have people come into your life that have good intentions most of the time and are saying things that are just not accurate. And we really miss out on maybe what God is trying to teach us through the suffering that we're going through. Who knows? So thank you, Zach. I really appreciate that, buddy. Hey, do y'all want to talk about something before we dive into the Bible? Maybe like Impact Weekend. Would y'all like to talk about that for a minute? Let me ask you a question. Raise your hand if this applies to you. I would love to win a pair of flip-flops, Crocs with my face on it. Who wants a pair of Crocs with my face on it? Somebody make that happen, all right? I'm sure they would sell out super quick. Right where the holes are, I feel like it could be my mouth because it's always open, right? I feel like on the Crocs. There you go. Hey, how many of y'all would like to win a pair of AirPod Pros? Would that be something you would like? Raise your hand if that's something you would like. Y'all want to do that? You don't? Okay, Emery, you don't have to do this. Don't come to Impact. All right, so let's talk about this for a minute. Hey, I've been praying leading into Impact. Do what? You sign up for Impact Weekend. We're going to get you something really cool maybe. Amy, get our leader something really cool for Impact. You writing that down? Amy's getting you something really cool. It's probably better than AirPod Pros. Hey, let's talk about this. Impact Weekend is March 6th through the 8th. It's a couple of weekends earlier than it has been in the previous years. So at Impact Weekend this year, I've been praying, believing that we can hit this number. Would you like to know what I believe the number that we can hit is? 300. Who said 300? Do you think we can hit 300? 400. Do I hear 5? Let me tell you what we had last year. Can I tell you what we had last year? 172. 172 students last year. So with that in mind, how many students do you think we can have this year? Still 300? 250. Do what? What do you like? You like Nate? 250. 300. Can I get a 325? All right, I feel like I've got 325. Anybody 400? I feel like I'm selling the AirPods now. All right, so here's the deal. Here's the number I had in mind. I had 200 in mind. That's a low number after hearing your all's numbers. Here's the deal. We have been working the past couple of days. Some of y'all came and helped with this. We are sending out almost 300 letters tomorrow to students that have been in our ministry visited within the last school year. If you've been in our ministry in the last school year, all of you should be getting a letter tomorrow. If we don't have information on you, you're probably not going to get a letter. But everybody else should get a letter. We're sending them out tomorrow, so in a couple of days. But here's where your chance to win AirPod Pros come in. Can y'all read? Take a picture of that because I don't want to get a bunch of text messages. How do I win the AirPod Pros? As soon as Revive is over tonight, we're going to post on our social media account about Impact Weekend. And here's what you need to do. You need to follow our student ministry page. How many of you do not follow First Source students right now? Raise your hand. It's okay to be a loser. Raise your hand. Hi, I'm a loser. I don't follow First Source students. This has probably been broadcast live. I just called all you losers in your. I see you, Jackson. All right. Now, while you've got your phone out, go ahead and do this real quick. Go ahead and follow First Source students. If you don't follow it, this would be a great time to do it. Go ahead and follow First Source students. Let's take a little bit. Oh, wow, Lyndon. And you call yourself a Christian. Okay. All right. So thank you, Marion. I'll be here all week. First Source students, like the post. Do y'all know how to share the post in your stories? Did not know you could do that until Taylor told me we could do that. So that's pretty awesome. Y'all know how to do that? Anybody not know how to work Instagram like me? Okay. Thank you. I feel y'all back there. I've not posted since October 28th, I believe was the last time I posted. So share the post in your stories. Here's the catch. Don't just share it. You've got to tag First Source students. I don't follow all of you, which is a shame. Your accounts are probably really awesome. But tag First Source students. That way we get a notification. You want us to be notified of you doing this. Don't do all this work and not notify us. And then come to Impact Weekend. All right? That's how you get entered into the drawing for these AirPod Pros. We're going to give those away on Impact Weekend. I've not decided exactly when. Probably not until Sunday when we're done. That way you don't use them all weekend while speaker speaking. Would you like to have more than one entry into this? Yes. I would love to have more than one entry into this. I feel like I can't win. So you've got to sign up. Do what? Yeah, special ordered cases with my face. Hey, sign up next Friday night, or next Wednesday night, February 5th. We are starting Impact Weekend signups February 5th, next Wednesday, a week from tonight. In this letter your parents are going to receive, in this envelope, is going to be the envelope that you sign up with. If you've come to Impact before, if you've done any trips with us, you know you have this envelope, you put your money in, fill out all the information, and bring it next Wednesday night. If you're not going to be here, or if you lose the envelope, you can still bring money if you lose the envelope. But if you're not going to be here, you can sign up online, firstnorth.org/impact, all right? All this is in the letter. So you can have a total of 6 entries into the drawing. Somebody will win a pair of AirPod Pros on Impact Weekend. That's pretty awesome. Everybody cool about that? Does anybody not want a set of AirPod Pros? Who would rather have a pair of Crocs with my face on them than AirPod Pros? Jackson, we can be best friends. Devin, we'll be best friends. Jod, you don't like my face. Tom would rather have those. All right. Pair of Crocs with my face on it. And so the AirPod Pros. Hey, we need to make that happen, Amy, if you're in here. Do what? That's just a picture. Those are. We are going to have a real pair to hand to someone on Impact Weekend. Yes. Yeah, I guess. Gosh, I don't know. No, we're not doing fake. Why would we do fake? Do you all know how much AirPod Pros cost? Yeah, I thought it was like $80. So, all right, y'all ready? Is everybody good with that? So tonight, probably right when we leave Revive, Taylor, are you in here? Awesome. Post a schedule for tonight, right? You're going to make a post tonight about this? Taylor's going to do that. All right, y'all ready to dive in? Let's dive in. 1 Peter chapter 4. 1 Peter chapter 4. We have been going through a study of what it looks like to be a child of God. And we're going to wrap up tonight with how do I engage other people if I am a child of God? What does it look like for me to interact with other believers? I need your help. I've got to be done at 7:50. 7:50. Riley. It's going to happen. I've got 27 minutes. Let's dive. Y'all ready? 7:50. Because we're going to sing a song and then we're doing something to end our night a little different tonight. 1 Peter. Ooh, everybody's getting a pair of Crocs with my face on them, all right? Sometimes thoughts come to mind and it's awful. Chris Petit, smile, buddy. It would be awesome to have a pair of Crocs with my face. Y'all ready? 1 Peter chapter 4. Listen, you need to hear me very clearly. Hey, will y'all turn Facebook off? Leave it off for us tonight, please.